Hey, what's going on, hustlers? Do you want to quit your 9 to 5? Do you want to be your own boss? Do you want enough financial freedom to just do whatever you want? Now, if you answered yes to any 3 of these, I've got a premium deal for you. Now, before we go into, what the deal is, let's just do like a little business plan draw up, right? So we're going to have me up here because I'm bringing you the deal. And, we'll recruit some management, and then we'll recruit, sales force and sales reps, and then we'll recruit workers. And then the best part about it is you guys can recruit your family, and it's just going to kind of take on this kind of shape, And there will be a bottom line where it bottoms out, but it's, just going to be a general shape like this. And it is a good deal because the money just trickles up, all right? Now, you've heard of trickle-down economics. This is trickle-up economics, all right? The money gets passed through everyone. It's a fair deal. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I'm bringing it to your doorstep, all right? Welcome to the Spag Bowl channel, everyone. And today we're talking about the elusive and wonderful world of MLMs and the shady underworld of them as well. Now, if you haven't heard of MLMs, let me just break it down for you a little bit. Now, MLMs have been around for quite some time. With around the world, there's about 120 million people still involved in MLMs. All right, so they haven't gone away. They do generate a lot of money. I think it's like around $200 billion, something in that ballpark. They're massive. All right, they're massive. And to anyone that hasn't really heard of MLMs, they famously take on the pyramid structure. And that is nothing like I was talking to you about before. That is a legitimate deal, and you'll be crazy to not join that, and we'll talk about it soon. One of the best parts about MLMs is if you've seen any, if you get in contact by someone that's within them, they don't disclose the pay rate, all right? There is no base salary, there is no hourly rate. It's kind of like a guessing game, and I think that's a good business practice because it entices you to follow through. You don't know, is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? What will it be? And that's how they get you, all right? Now, I imagine anyone that gets sucked into the MLM scheme is kind of like, yo, what is the price? Like, how much am I going to get paid? And, the salesperson, the person that's involved in recruitment, it's just like, come a little closer. Come a little closer. Come closer. You ask too much questions. You ask too many. Come closer, we'll tell you. Come closer. Then they just trap and lock you in. And that's a 6-year contract, all right? You've signed away your life. You've signed your bank account over. Credit card debts in their name. All right, you're done. You're locked in. And that's how they get you. And my business practice isn't going to be like that. Uncle Spag Bowl does care about his employees. And that's why I'm going to be upfront and honest. Everyone gets 5% of sale on a cap of 10%. So, 5%, it just trickles up. So we might have a ladder of 14 people, 14 divided by 10. You get don't look into it too much. It just trickles up and everyone makes money, right? And that is the basic structure of an MLM. Now, I don't want to drag you along too much, so I will talk to you about the deal. So to clue you in, and you're going to hit yourself in the head for not thinking of this first, what we're going to do is 3D print 100 plastic blocks. We'll put maybe like a Mr. Beast face on them, maybe I Show Speed, and we're going to go to the local elementary school for you Americans, primary school for Australia and New Zealand, and we're going to give them out. We're not going to give them out. We're going to sell them for $10, and we're going to let that first kid know, hey, if you buy into this block, get your friends to buy in as well, and we'll give you some special discounts. The price of your one, since it's number 1, goes up. And you're probably saying like, oh, Spag Bowl, this sounds like NFTs. This sounds like a scam. No, it's not, because NFTs are stupid. Mr. Beast I Show Speed blocks are the future. And where have we heard that before? That's right, NFTs. Who doesn't want like the Bored Ape? I don't know, it's been so long, and all the prices have just absolutely tanked on those. I did not know anyone personally that brought into the whole NFT craze when that was going on, but I'm sure glad I didn't, because they would be bullied relentlessly. Now, MLMs, they are everywhere, alright? But they are dominating on the 2 biggest platforms, and the 2 scariest platforms too. That's right. Instagram and Facebook. I know, I'm scared too. I'm scared too. Actually, you may have friends or family that are involved in MLM schemes, and from the posts, if you have seen these, you can kind of tell something isn't right, just kind of right off the bat. Something's a bit fishy. From these clips, you've probably seen that a lot of them are people just living, glamorous lifestyles on yachts, at nightclubs, traveling in economy class. Nothing wrong with economy class. You get to the same destination. That's not bad. But you would see a lot of them in the stories just saying DM to learn more, DM and this can be your lifestyle. And straight away that kind of, waves some red flags around. Listen, alright? I'm all for people getting ahead of the curve, making a better life for themselves, overcoming any obstacles. But when you have posts like this, when you DM, your Auntie Susan isn't getting ahead. These posts are for the people that are posting to get ahead. And even then, they're pretty much on the tail end of it, getting the raw stick. And it just gets worse as it goes down, alright? Now, with these clips that we're just talking about, seeing people living such a glamorous lifestyle, it makes you question, it makes you wonder, oh, how can that be for me? That is one of the biggest gripes with MLMs. Apart from oh no, they took my money, they ruined my friends, they, destroyed every relationship I have. It is the deception. No, I'm playing. But, when you first see these videos, you kind of think, why not? Why not? What could be the harm of messaging these people? And when you message them, they are more than happy to oblige. They'll hold that door wide open. Come on in. Come on in. Yes, it'll be rude not to ask questions, right? And as you ask those questions, hey, how do I get the money? How do I earn this lifestyle? Boom. Closed. And they're like, have you heard of essential oils, bro? Have you heard of this skincare? Have you heard of shampoo? Do you want vitamins? Take these vitamins, sell them to your family. Done. This could be you. It kind of takes from the same page as joining a cult. Everyone's so friendly at the start. It's just nice, easy ideals like, we're going to make money. You just need to sell this product. And boom, you're living life good. They'll treat you well. They'll treat you on trips. They'll even send you products for free to try. It's no harm, right? It's no harm. And that's when you kind of fall deeper into the rabbit trap. I would like to think that anyone that gets out of MLMs will be the perfect retail salesperson. Listen, if they can sell multivitamins to people that don't need them, they can sell skincare, they can get people in generational debt. They're a natural born salesperson, all right? They don't need the MLM. MLMs need them. All right, and the real estate market absolutely needs them at this point right now. First of all, branding. Very important. We don't have a brand here on the Spagbell channel. We have blue, we have green. We have myself, very white, actually. Oh. Whoa. We'll edit that in post. Make myself a little bit more orange. Listen, you've seen my room. We've got the gaming stuff, Minecraft, Steam. I don't go outside, alright? I go to my 9 to 5, like a good boy, and then I come here and record a video. But for MLMs, they have very good branding. They have branding that you would not believe. No, you would believe it because we're talking about it right now. MLM branding starts off very innocent. It starts off like we want to change the world. We want to make it a better place. We want to take care of your skin, to make your body feel great with multivitamins. We want to take every dollar in your bank account and put it into our bank account. Kind of like innocent branding like that. And it's quite nice. It's quite welcoming. And hey, on the next part, you get testimonials. Now, these are my favorite. Now, I like to imagine the people that write these testimonials are kind of locked in a dark room with their manager just with a pointed gun at their head. Just, hey, write a good report on this. Tell everyone how much it's changed your life and how much of a better person you are for it. Please, I just want to go home. I want my money back. You guys took everything. I just want them. Come on, say how much you like the product. You're already here, might as well write it. No, we talked already a bit about the products that they sell, but just quickly recapping, they sell the multivitamins, they sell skincare, moisturizer, hair care, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that's for winners. And you also have self-help gurus like the famous writer Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And that's a whole video in of itself. That's getting lumped in from Buy My Course. That really want to do in the future for that one. But you get it. The list goes on, right? Now, MLM schemes have been around for quite a long time, with the earliest one like starting in 1945. I think it was called Nutrilite, and they sold nutrients, multivitamins, all that sorts of fun. And since then, the business practice of the multi-level marketing scheme has grown and evolved over the years. And now that Nutrilite company has evolved into Amway, which is by far the biggest multi-level marketing company out there. What I want to touch on is the cult-like following, the cult of personality that goes into multi-level marketing. All these schemes come and go. The principle of maintaining a cult-like following is the same through and through. You have people that either live and die by the brand, either because they downright believe in the product, or for more nefarious reasons, to sell as much product as possible. Companies will bring in people that are looking for a new way to make some extra money, escape a 9-to-5, be their own boss. Most of the reasons are for people that are desperate for a change, for better living situations, and to get ahead. These are the ideal people for these companies, as the companies already have a hook for them, which is make a promise that this is the right track to be on. From there, the pavement is laid. The stepping stones next are group meetings with successful people within the business, either if that's on like Zoom, Teams, or in person, but with the successful people in the business, they're pretty much the owners, or they're very high up managers, places that a regular person into the market won't get to, or not straight away at least. Then next you'll get a product to sample, and from there, that's when they'll pitch you your first investment. And for the people that follow through with the first investment, it's not for everyone, but the people that do follow through, they got them.
Ladies and gentlemen,
exactly.
We got 'em.
Exactly. Thank you, Mr. Bush. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
The next part I want to talk to you about is a little bit more of a heavy subject of MLMs, so I'm not going to make too many jokes about it, and that is the disconnect from friends, family, just social life in general, from people within the MLM. And it's not everyone, but it is a huge part of the multi-level marketing scheme. And now, if you've seen family or friends post about it on social media, I don't think you'll be really running to them to talk to them about it, maybe to get them away from it, but sometimes that kind of just leads to a dead end. Now, for myself personally, I do know and have friends and family that are a part of MLM schemes. Some we've been able to help get out of it, and some are still in that cycle, and it's very devastating to see. You see such a loved one, or just a person that you get along with well, go down this rabbit hole. It's hard to watch. It is very hard to watch because at the end of the day, they're not making money. And if they are, the most I've seen from friends and family making money is they'll post screenshots that are poorly photoshopped and they're like DM to learn more. And they're not giving you classes on how to take Photoshop lessons. It's not a good screenshot, but it is sad to see how the disconnect on even just joining a company like an MLM just pretty much removes you from society. And it's not everyone, but people that are in these desperate places do get sucked into these rabbit holes, and that's pretty much like the only light that they see at the end of the tunnel is making it in the way that they've been advertised, which is a big part of the deception, going back to the start of this video. And yeah, it's sad to see. It sucks. And for anyone that is watching this that has family members, friends that are stuck in this cycle, I feel for you. I really do. And to be fair, if you try and it just doesn't work, there isn't a whole lot you can do until they make up their minds themselves. Whoa, Spagbowl, giving the most basic information. You're welcome. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, you may have heard of some of these brands, such as like Amway, Herbalife, Mary Kay, but there's also quite a lot of hidden companies like Lime Life. We'll get into a couple stories actually about these companies.
If a stranger approaches you in public and gives you a compliment, and especially if it's about your shoes, just say thank you and keep walking. While your shoes may very well be nice, they're
I like the idea someone's coming up to you, trying to get you into an MLM and just laying straight game, talking about your shoes. Just, hey, where'd you get those? It's kind of nice. Is that the new drop? And you're just there like, man, stop it. Come on now. It's too early in the day for this. Stop.
They're just trying to recruit you to be a part of their MLM. This happened to me and my husband in a Home Depot. We were in the power tools aisle, and this guy walks down.
Now, Home Depot, for us New Zealanders, is called Mitre 10 Mega. And getting recruited in a hardware store might be the most insane way to join the whole pyramid scheme. It's, you're going for your hard tools, your wood, your plants, everything in between, a bit of paint. If you're, in the aisle, just taking a big huff of that, getting the whole white mouth. And at the same time, you can get yourself some skincare, sign up to a 10-step program to make a bit of generational wealth, or what you're being sold. Man, it's not a bad day, actually, if you're heading out there.
We're alone, and he reaches out in front of my husband. He's like, oh, excuse me. And he looks down at his shoes. He's like, I love your shoes. They're dude shoes. Thank you. Anyways, I was like, oh my God, I hate men. I'm just gonna.
He's just laying game on her husband. That's the thing. It's not even about the MLM. He's just there asking for shoes. He's just like, hey, where'd you get those? He's not even asking for an MLM. He's just gonna rob.
This is a common tactic that people in MLMs will use to introduce you to their business. I have an opportunity for you. Oh, I work for whatever it may be. While a compliment always feels good, it's not always genuine.
Maybe he was just trying to lay game. That's the thing. Maybe that fella just came up to your husband, was just trying to lay down a bit of game, lay the groundwork. It might not even been about an MLM. But she's not wrong. There are people that come up to you just to grab personal information and then use that as the talking points. But I like to think of it more as I can't think of any other place to lay game for people looking for butch dudes than a hardware store. I still can't get over that. The whole walking up just to compliment someone's shoes to, get them entrapped into an MLM scheme is pretty wild. It's It's a coveted sales tactic, that's for sure. It doesn't work 100% of the time, but if you're alone in a hardware store, especially if you're a man watch, someone's going to be wanting to lay some absolute game on you, get you to join a scheme, and get your bank account absolutely drained. All right, we've got a couple stories here to read off. We'll start off the first one, Amway, and then we'll dive into another one that's a little bit more of a couple paragraphs. Just got into college, and long story short, this guy came up to me and talked to me into joining his business opportunity in sales. He had me read this book called The Business of the 21st Century, and although it did seem a bit pyramid schemy, I think it did give off some genuine advice. Now, The Business of 21st Century, I think that's also written by Mr. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That name sounds very familiar. Editor me, chuck that in if that's true or not, because I'm pretty sure I have seen that somewhere, actually. Man, he's getting around. There's not one book that he hasn't written that's not involved in the pyramid schemes. Anyways, the guy told me he hasn't paid his mentor a single cent and that him and his wife are on track to retire by 30. I attended a Zoom webinar and was immediately skeptical when they started talking about Amway. But when I asked the guy and his mentor about it, he told me it was like a gym membership. The people who buy it and go to the gym see the results of their work, while the people who buy it and only go there to look at weights complain that the money doesn't magically appear in their pocket. Is Amway really that bad? I'm not sure if my reading comprehension's just that shit, or if I'm reading it correctly and I'm just not processing it, or it's just written bad. I don't know. Those two first sentences kind of were in the same boat. Listen, this is my 5th video. Cut me some slack, please. I'll cut myself some slack. Or do I just need to work hard to achieve the result I want? Brother, you just need to work hard, alright? You just need to work hard. The fact that you're questioning this is kind of showing the people here at the MLM Amway company that you're not cut out for this, alright? You're not going to retire by 30. Alright, like this person and his mentor. Maybe you should just either buy a gym membership, not go, and hop back on a 9 to 5 grind. like the rest of civilization. He also told me that Amway isn't a pyramid scheme, as those are illegal, and such a big company isn't able to cheat the government over a span of 60 years. Oh brother, do I have a couple companies for you? Do I have a couple companies? Anyways, same thing. If someone approaches you and they say they have a mentor, run. Absolutely run. Don't look back, just run. Whoever has a mentor that's saying you can retire by 30, if it's listen, what do they say on the internet? If it's too good to be true, it probably is. And again, no, we're not going to repeat that, but you get the idea. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. It probably is. Or you just need to join a gym. I don't know. That's all I can take away from it is I need to join a gym. Now, next one from Lime Life. Beautiful, beautiful name. It reminds me of LimeWire, that old BitTorrent app from the early 2000s. So I started getting messages from the Hun. I assume Hun is their friend. Very soon after I moved 12 hours away and started my first year of college. She's been a close friend of the family for a long time now, so she knows my family's financial struggles. She knew that I was struggling with cash, all alone in a city I've never been to before, and starting college. That's how they get you. They learn their struggle. Man, that's a crazy way as well. If you have the close family friends, they know you in and out. They know your financial status. They know who you talk to, where you've been, and shit, they know how to get under your skin. She constantly told me that she thought I was just perfect for this, and I could make money. After about a month of her messages constantly telling me to ask my mum to lend me the money for the starter kit, that's what we're just talking about, which was over $200, my mum trusted her and thought it would be a great way for me to make money while also focusing on school. Now, what it sounds to me like from this is, I don't know if you guys ever did it, but at your primary school or elementary, Americans or Canadians, whoever the fuck else uses that schooling name, you would sell chocolates, like door to door. You get a big box of chocolates, go down to every house, pretty much peer pressure or guilt trip any adult into buying your chocolates. It's kind of the same thing, because you didn't really see, I'm not sure if you ever saw any money. I didn't see any money of it, and I'm pretty sure the school just pocketed it all. You didn't get chocolates, you didn't get anything. That's why I heavily would vote for child labor. Child labor is very effective, it's free, and they're not going to question it. Maybe just give them the 3D printed Mr. Beast little cube block, fidget spinner and stuff. Listen, they'll be over the moon, and you could just rake it in. Anyways, I digress. I'm yapping a bit too much. As soon as I joined, I was added to tons of Facebook pages and group chats. I would get hundreds of notifications while in school. What I tell you, Facebook dominating. That's the big one. When it's on Facebook, back out. And I told several times to just focus on recruiting people. They told me I should just be posting 5 times a day on Facebook, and at least 2 of the posts should be about Lime Life. That's the thing. You're just pretty much being at the bottom level of a MLM is you're just a glorified marketing rep. And that's really it. You're HR, a marketing rep, and pretty much everything in between. Anyways, I quickly realized how pushy they wanted me to be. They told me to message everyone I've interacted with in the past year or so, and me being super shy and not wanting to push all my friends and family away, I got really fed up with them constantly wanting me to message people. I can't read. But hey, that's also part of it, the disconnect. See how it all comes together? It's a big melting pot of ideas on the Spag Bowl channel. The Hun was constantly telling me to try harder if I couldn't make sales. She wanted me to focus on the company instead of school. Like, seriously? Yeah, you're there to make money. Alright? You're not there to learn, you're there to make money. And the way that she makes money is if you make money. And the only way that you make money is if other people make money that you recruited. What do you think? In the several months I was a part of the team, I sold about $300 worth of products. You want to know how much I made? Less than $50. They also charged me $10 a month to be a part of the company. You're paying a subscription service to be a glorified marketer. man. That's rough. That's rough. That is rough. Yeah, that's Lime Life, and that's about the stock standard for, kind of all your MLM schemes. Now, the wonderful thing about the internet is that there are so many people out there that have either had experiences with MLMs that are now no longer in them, that are helping people, just to avoid the whole fiasco of it. And there's so many guides out there, just pretty much self-help on how to avoid getting scammed. And it's nice that a lot more people on the internet are more skeptical than what 20 years ago people would have been on the internet. And it's a good thing and it's a bad thing with skepticism, because it does prevent a lot more people getting scammed, but at the same time it does prevent a lot more people getting helped as well. It's a double-edged sword, right? But I think in this case it does outweigh the bad. Now, we're wrapping up to the end of the video. I just want to say, I don't want to come off as like all MLMs are bad, but fuck it. They are all bad. They will all want your money, your family's money, your friends' money, your life, everything that you have. They don't give a shit about you, all right? And if you're in one, I hope that you can get out. That is my absolute best hope for you. When going online, looking either for ways to make money, because everyone deserves to get ahead of the curve, everyone deserves a piece of the pie, or to find a place that you belong, because as humans, we innately want to belong in places. We want to feel a part of something. But just be careful, because what you could be researching could just be that MLM scheme, where they'll take your money, take your friends and family, hold them hostage until you sell every last lavender essential oil. And even then, that won't be enough. But no, thank you everyone for watching. My name is Spagbowl. Be safe out there. Peace.